Is WCAG conformance required for compliance with the law? Well, it depends what law we're referring to. On the screen with me is a document. The first three bullet points are EN 301549, AODA, and Section 508. And so Section 508 applies to federal agencies in the United States. The AODA stands for the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act, and EN 301549 applies to European member states. And all of these laws have incorporated the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. So, for the most part, WCAG conformance is going to be required to be in compliance with these laws. Now, when it comes to the Americans with Disabilities Act, the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines are commonly referenced, and the DOJ, the regulatory and enforcement agency behind Title II and Title III of the ADA, has even mandated WCAG conformance in its settlements that have resulted from private enforcement actions that the DOJ has taken against various entities. So the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines are commonly referenced as a standard for accessibility, but when it comes to the ADA, they are not explicitly required. Rather, the DOJ's unofficial stance is that the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines are a reference for accessibility. When it comes to private litigation, so where plaintiffs' law firms are sending demand letters or filing complaints in court, 95% plus, and this is just my estimate, of accessibility issues can be connected to various WCAG success criteria. So, in effect, many of the success criteria in the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines are being, any non-conformance with those success criteria is giving rise to claims in litigation. So, is WCAG conformance required? Not necessarily, but there are many success criteria where practically, if you do not meet those success criteria, then a plaintiff's law firm, if they were to evaluate your website, it will make them more likely to initiate litigation against you. So, to address this, I have created two courses. One is the WCAG course, and in this course, you can learn and understand all of the success criteria and requirements under the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. And this is going to include version 2.0, 2.1, and 2.2, which is yet to be released. But I've taken the working draft and I've taken those success criteria and made them into different lessons. So once you have an understanding of the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, with this investment, you can start to integrate accessibility into your processes so you are not continually introducing accessibility issues. And if you are, then it will be less issues that are introduced. I also have the ADA compliance course, and this course is going to help you find and fix the most commonly claimed issues in litigation. As I've mentioned previously, not all accessibility issues are being claimed in litigation. Rather, claims usually center around 15 issues and really 5 to 10 issues that are frequently claimed in litigation. But regardless, the ADA compliance course takes all of these frequently claimed accessibility issues, and for each issue, there is a lesson designated to that issue so that your team can find and fix and resolve that accessibility issue. So it's going to be strategic and you are going to lower your risk of litigation as you go through the course. And so what's important is that your team is taking action as they learn about genuine accessibility, and they're taking action strategically. And by doing so, they are significantly lowering your risk of litigation because your website is not going to have accessibility issues, the same accessibility issues that plaintiffs' lawyers are looking for. So the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines are extremely important to learn. It is extremely important that you make your digital experiences as accessible as possible. And whether it's web-based or otherwise, you want to make sure that you are incorporating the principles found in the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. But as it stands, website accessibility is really where most litigation is centered. And so these courses are going to immediately impact your accessibility for the better. And with the ADA compliance course, there is overlap with the WCAG course, but the ADA compliance course is centered around preventing litigation. And it does so. The ADA compliance course helps you because it directly tells you through the lessons what accessibility issues to focus in on, how to find those issues, and then how to fix them.